Yo everybody, what is up? I'm back today with another Vincent ASMR video. And today I'm actually going to be reading some facts about music. The name of the article is 40 Facts About Music That Really Sing. We're just going to be reading the facts, and find out which ones are interesting and stuff. And let me know what ones you guys think are cool down below. Let me know also if you want me to read kind of like, anything else, or I don't know, maybe books or articles or whatever, or anything you guys are kind of curious about. I could do like a little series on, because there's 40 facts. I'll probably split up this video into two parts, just because like each of the facts has like the actual fact itself and then the description kind of the fact. So, fact number 1. Musicians have shorter lifespans than the general population. One study conducted by a University of Sydney professor titled Stairway to Hell, Life and Death in the Pop Music Industry examined the deaths of artists which took place between 1950 and 2014. The study specifically looked at longevity and the proportion of suicides, homicides, and accidental deaths. Longevity was determined by calculating the average age of death for each musician by sex and decade of their death. These averages were then compared with averages by sex and decade for the U.S. population. The results: musicians' lifespans are 25 years shorter. That one's pretty interesting because obviously, like, a lot of musicians are dying because of like drug overdoses and suicides. Like, it's in pop culture. Like, everyone kind of like knows that. I feel like it's in the news a lot. But it's interesting that it's like 25 years shorter. It seems like a lot. So, fact number 2. In 2016, Mozart sold more CDs than Beyonce. In fact, Mozart sold more CDs in 2016, beating out Adele, Drake, and Beyonce, even though all of those artists had Grammy-winning hits that year. So how did an 18th century composer sell more than pop's greatest names? Well, in October 2016, the Universal Music Group released a box set commemorating the 225th anniversary of Mozart's death. Each disc included the box set counted as one CD sold, and each contained 200 discs. Throw in the proliferation of streaming, which significantly dampened CD sales, and voila, plus the box set itself flew off the shelves. So that's pretty interesting. Singing in a group boosts mood. Multiple studies have been conducted that prove singing as a part of a group provides numerous physical and emotional benefits. Researchers have discovered that singing is soothing and does indeed raise one's spirits and moods. When you sing with others, the body releases feel-good hormones like oxytocin and reduces stress, causing ones like cortisol. That's pretty interesting. So like singing in like choirs, the thing is here, can raise mood or can make you happier. Okay. 4. Some people feel nothing towards music. Per the results of one study conducted at the University of Barcelona, 5% of participants did not feel any emotion whatsoever, didn't feel the chills, or want to tap their feet when listening to music. Before you start calling these study subjects monsters, know they are totally normal in other ways. They receive pleasure from other things like food and sex, and had no other evident psychological issues. These were happy, healthy college students who just naturally did not care for any kind of music. That's pretty weird to me because, like, I can't help but, like, tap my feet or something when there's, like, a song I like or, like, a nice beat or something, which is just interesting. Or, like, even, like, singing along or something. So that's kind of interesting. Number 5. Listening to music enhances physical performance. Research has consistently shown that the synchronization of music with repetitive exercise provides enhanced physical performance, helping both people work out for longer and train more efficiently. In one study, participants who cycled in time to music found that they required 7% less oxygen compared to cycling with background music. In other words, music provides temporal cues that have the potential to make more efficient use of physical energy. So that one's pretty interesting. Just saying that, like, people listen to music, like, you have, like, almost more energy when you listen to music, which is kind of cool. Number 6. Rod Stewart hosted the largest ever free concert. Several free concerts have been reported to have an audience of 1 million or more, but such numbers tend to be exaggerated. However, according to the Guinness World Records, Rod Stewart's 1993 New Year's Eve concert on Copacabana Beach in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, remains the most attended free concert that ever took place. An estimated 4.2 million people were in attendance at this performance. The second most attended free concert was Jean-Michel Jarre's September 6, 1997 performance at the University of Moscow, which reportedly had an audience of an estimated 3.5 million. Wow, 4.2 million is a lot of people to have at like one thing, one event. So that's pretty crazy. Wannabe by the Spice Girls is the catchiest song of all time. In 2014, a group of researchers from the Museum of Science and Industry in England released an online test called Hooked on Music. It contained 1,000 quips from pop hits going all the way back to the 1940s, and it asked 12,000 participants to identify songs as fast as possible. They found that Wannabe by the Spice Girls was the catchiest song. People were able to recognize it in about 2.3 seconds, which was way below the 5-second average of identifying other popular songs. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Like, obviously it's a really specific song, so I guess, like, yeah, I'm not surprised, because it is pretty catchy. Okay. Number 8. Finland has the most metal bands per capita. Perhaps headbanging is an effective way to keep warm, according to a Reddit user who created a map using data from Encyclopedia Metalum's archive of metal bands. Finland is home to the most bands of this genre, with 53.5 metal bands per 100,000 people. Second place was tied between two other Nordic nations, Sweden and Norway, while Iceland stole third. Though heavy metal bands originated in the United States and the United Kingdom, their numbers for the countries were 5.5 and 5.2 respectively. Wow, so that's a lot. I mean, like, compared to the US and the UK, which are at 5.5 and 5.2, it's weird because it's like all the really cold countries. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there's some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. But yeah. Number 9. An astronaut released an album with all songs recorded in space. In 2015, a Canadian astronaut named Chris Hadfield released his first album, which was entirely recorded while he was in orbit. Not only was he the first Canadian to walk into space, he's also a talented musician who went viral with a cover of David Bowie's Space Odyssey. Hadfield spent 144 days at the International Space Station recording his 11th song. So for his appropriately titled album Space Sessions, Songs for a Tin Can. Wow, that's amazing to record something like that in space. That's just crazy. Okay. Number 10. The British Navy uses Britney Spears songs to scare off pirates. According to reports, British naval officers play Britney Spears songs to scare away Somali pirates off of Africa's eastern coast. Her songs, Oops, I Did It Again, and Baby One More Time, are the songs which are used. The rationale of playing these songs is because supposedly Somalian pirates have a strong dislike for Western culture and music, which makes Britney Spears songs a perfect fit to make the bandits move on as quickly as possible. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, it seems kind of like, it almost seems fake just because it's so weird. But yeah, I mean, there's like sources below it. Obviously, I'm not going to check them in this video, but that's pretty, if it's true, that's crazy. Number 11. Jingle Bells was originally a Thanksgiving song. Jingle Bells is a Christmas classic, but it didn't originate that way. Written by James Lord, Pierre Pont, and published in 1857, it was meant to be sung during Thanksgiving. The song's original title was One Horse Open Sleigh, and then was changed to Jingle Bells, or the One Horse Open Sleigh, when it was reprinted in 1859. There's a plaque in Medford, Massachusetts, at the former site of a tavern where the song is said to have been written in an era when sleigh races were popular. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Barry Manilow didn't write I Write the Songs. I Write the Songs was made famous by Barry Manilow, but he didn't write it. The song was written by Bruce Johnston, in 1975. The original version was recorded by the Captain and Tennille on their 1975 album, Love Will Keep Us Together. The first release as a single was by teen idol David Cassidy in his 1975 album, The Higher They Climb. Later that same year, Manilow released his version on his album, Trying to Get the Feeling, and it reached top of the Billboard music chart in early 1976. I don't know if I just don't know the song, or maybe I do know it, but I just don't know the title. So that doesn't really mean much to me. Number 13, music affects your perception of the world. A 2011 study conducted at the University of Groningen showed that music not only affects mood, but it has an even more significant effect on perception. Subjects who were tested were influenced by the music they heard based on what they saw. Participants were asked to listen to music and identify corresponding smiley faces. Smiley faces that matched the music were identified much more accurately, and even when no smiley face was shown, the subjects thought they had recognized a smiley face when listening to happy music, and a sad face when listening to sad music. Okay, so that's just talking about I guess just how you can perceive things differently when music is playing. Music helps plants grow faster. A study conducted by South Korean scientists from the National Institute of Agricultural Biotechnology found that plants grow faster when music is played around them. The study used 14 classical pieces, including Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata, in rice fields. Findings were that the music helped the crops grow at a faster pace, and pointed to evidence that plants have genes which enable them to hear. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, number 15. None of the Beatles could write or read or write music. There had been some speculation for decades, but Paul McCartney finally admitted during a 2018 60 Minutes interview that neither he nor any of his Beatles bandmates were able to read or write music, and they never understood music theory. McCartney said that the music just came to him and his bandmates, John Lennon, Ringo Starr, and George Harrison, and it was never written down. Clearly, knowledge needed begets success. Yeah, that's pretty interesting considering they're one of the most famous bands in the world. Number 16. The most expensive musical instruments sold for $15.9 million. For the past couple of decades, the market for fine Italian string instruments, namely violins, violas, and cellos, has been hitting the highest notes in value. In 2011, the Lady Blunt Stradivarius violin sold for a record $15.9 million, which was 4 times the previous auction record for a Stradivarius. Industry experts put returns on Stradivarius and Guarneri del Gusi violins at about 10 to 12% annually, which should music to any wise collector's ears. So yeah, they just gain a ton of value if you own them for a while. Metallica is the first and only band to play, this number 17. Metallica is the first and only band to have played on all 7 continents. In 2013, rock band Metallica achieved a new Guinness World Records title after becoming the first musical act to play a concert on all 7 continents. They said this after performing for 120 scientists and competition winners in a transparent dome at Carlini Station in Antarctica. The band actually held concerts on all 7 continents within 1 calendar year, following tour dates in North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, and Australia. Wow, that's a ton. Like, that's 7 continents, even Antarctica. That's crazy. The Happy Birthday, number 18. The Happy Birthday song brings a bunch of royalties. In 1983, the Hale sister needed a song for their kindergarten class to sing on birthdays. Today, Happy Birthday is the most profitable song of all time. The song's ownership had changed hands a few times over the past 100 years, but music holding company Warner Chappell bought the rights for $15 million in 1990 and have held them since. Today, the song brings in $2 million a year in royalties, which comes out to $5,000 a day. Another fun fact: the song cost $25,000 to use it in a movie or TV show. Wow, that's a lot of money. Okay. Number 19. Musical education leads to better test score. Students who have experience with music performance or taking music appreciation courses score higher on the SAT. One report indicated that they score on average 63 points on verbal and 44 points higher on math. Music students also tend to show higher self-confidence and are responsible risk takers, good team players, have increased coordination, are more creative and emotionally developed, and have a healthier sense of achievement. Wow, that's interesting. That's like a lot of points higher on the SAT. Might be worth it if you don't have any experience with music and you're still in high school to go do that. But yeah. So number 20. Well, I'm gonna make this a 2-part series. So I'll finish on this fact, and then we'll do 21 through 40 on another video. Let me know if you guys want the second part. So number 20. Listening to music utilizes the entire brain. In 2011, Finnish researchers had developed a groundbreaking new method to study how the brain processes different aspects of music, including rhythm, tonality, and timbre, in a realistic listening situation. The study was pioneering in that it revealed for the first time how wide networks in the brain, including areas responsible for motor activities, emotions, and creativity, are all activated when listening to music. This new method helped better understand the complex dynamics of the brain and the many ways in which music affects us. Okay, so that was the first part of 40 facts about music that really sing. If you guys want to check it out, this is from bestlifeonline.com. That's bestlifeonline.com. So if you guys want to read these for yourself, go for it. And if you want a second part to the video, just leave a like and comment below. And I hope you guys have it's nighttime here. I hope you guys have a good night. So see you in the next video.